We are ready for game number 2 of this doubleheader on Clutch Sports Media as Notre Dame visits Dunlap. We're rushing to get everything in on time, but here we are alongside Larry Larson. I'm Matt Harrington. It will be Brady Osmulski that will lead it off for Notre Dame. First pitch in there for a strike, 0-1, and Larry, good win for Dunlap in their first game, 5-1 in that one.
Yeah, it was a phenomenal matchup between Dunlap and Pekin. Really a pitcher's duel most of the way through and timely hitting and great pitching really on both ends. And we'll see if Jack Tadine can follow that up with a great act for Dunlap here in game 2.
Ball outside there, 1-2. They did get a great pitching performance last game from Jack Barham, who came in and pitched 6 innings. Ground ball here to short. Malcolm will scoop this one up, and it is in time for the first out. Bang, bang play at first, but that will be out number 1.
Just barely. Smolsky with good speed there, and Dunlap picking up where they left off. Barham in game 1 really started by setting down batters on strikeouts and finished with pitching to contact, and Tadine pitching to contact there to record the first out.
The third baseman, Matt Schmidt, in here batting second for Notre Dame. Quickly behind 0-2 after the called strike on the outside corner. We've seen, though, Larry, that all the pitchers so far for Dunlap love to get right ahead and not waste any time on the mound.
Oh, of course, and that's what you love to see as a baseball fan. You know, all too often, especially at the major league level, these guys are taking their time, taking their cap off in between pitches, kicking the cleats, fiddling with the rosin bag, but not here.
Strike number 3 called there for Tudine, and Schmidt goes down on strikes. That'll bring in Ben Kelly here, and quickly there are 2 outs in this first inning. Kelly, the shortstop, number 5 for Notre Dame. Look out, almost hit him. That'll be ball 1 here for Tadine. Second pitch about to be on its way. Again, this is game number 2 of a doubleheader. Dunlap beating Pekin 5-1 in our first game.
And it's not often you see a doubleheader on a Friday night, Matt, and we've been talking about it up here in the booth. Joey Wright, our producer, pointing that out. But this game was actually originally supposed to be played, or the first game was originally supposed to be played on Wednesday. That got moved to Friday. And then Dunlap scheduled to play PND. That game on is scheduled, and they got pushed back from 4:30 to now about 6:20-ish first pitch. So nice of the Irish to stick with the plan coming out.
Ground ball to short again. Malcolm makes the play. The tag is applied, and he is out at first. Another great play by Malcolm, and that will do it. They go 1-2-3 to end the first inning. Before we head to a quick break, Larry, we'll run you through the lineups for both teams. We'll start at the top with the visitors, Notre Dame. We saw Brady Osmulski. He's batting first, playing pitcher, and then Matt Schmidt at second, Matt Schmidt batting second, playing third. Ben Kelly bats third, playing short. Angelo Hightower will bat fourth and play first base. Joey Jockish will bat fifth and play catcher. Batting sixth is Evan Elward, playing right field. Then batting seventh, Alex Osmulski, playing left field. Parker Bellamy will bat eighth and play second. And Alan Short will bat ninth and play center field. And then we will take a look at this Dunlap lineup, very similar to what we saw in game number 1. Jack Barham will bat first and play second base this time. Saw him on the mound in game 1. Jack Tadine will bat second and pitch for the Eagles. Batting third and playing third will be Chris LeCrone. Logan Van Hooklen will bat fourth in the cleanup spot and play right field. Lucas Dittmer will be the designated hitter and will be batting fifth. Batting sixth will be Graham Malcolm, playing shortstop. Batting seventh will be Zach Diver, playing left field. In center will be Ian Donaldson. He'll be batting eighth. And finally, batting ninth will be Jake Abendroth, and he will play first base. So there are your starting lineups.
There you go. A lot of familiar names that we heard in game 1, like you were saying, Matt. Barham in the top spot. Did a really phenomenal job both pitching and hitting at the plate. Had 2 or 3 RBIs in that 4-run win for the Eagles. So we'll see what they can do. And they're really starting to find their stroke heading into their 9th game of the season, excuse me, against a solid PND squad, non-conference game here, so perhaps a little less pressure than the Middle Illini game that took place in game 1, but should be another good one.
Should be a good one indeed. Forgot to add one thing. Blake Wolfcool will be behind the plate for the Eagles, although he is not in the batting order. So Wolfcool, who we saw behind the plate in the top of the first inning, but now Dunlap's turn to hit here as we begin the bottom half of the first inning. First pitch misses for ball 1. Like you mentioned, though, Larry, non-conference game here between Notre Dame and Dunlap. This time it catches the zone for strike 1.
Dunlap has played a really solid non-conference schedule, Matt. Sorry to cut you off there, but we talked about it in game 1, U-High, Sacred Heart Griffin. Now kind of sticking locally to PND.
That does oftentimes prepare you for the grind of a conference schedule that you'll typically see in a normal year. But, of course, this year's been anything but normal. 2-1 count here. And that misses for ball 3 to Jack Barham, the second baseman today for Dunlap.
And Dunlap knows that it's been all but normal. They've had to deal with a lot of quarantines. They've not been able to have all of their regular starters out there in the same lineup in a game yet this year. We're talking to their head coach, and he told us that the target date would be May 4th for them to have all their players back in the starting lineup.
Swing and a miss on a full count pitch. That is out number 1 as Barham is set down on strikes. Good job there to attack the zone.
Yes, indeed. Osmalski winning the battle there, but Barham set down after a productive at-bat. You want to really make the pitcher throw as many pitches as he can in the first at-bat of the game, kind of work the count and make him show his hand.
I'll bring in Jack Tudine. First pitch called strike on the outside half of the plate there. Second pitch on its way to Tudine. He will swing and miss there as he's quickly behind 0-2.
Got to try and work the count here. Try not to get over-eager with 2 strikes.
That one misses outside, so 1-2 to Jack Tudine.
Good eye. That pitch is hard to lay off. Fastball, outer half of the plate. Down 2 strikes. That's tough to lay off.
Foul tip into the glove, and so that will be the second strikeout of the game. And first 2 batters set down on strikes here, Larry.
Yes, indeed. Osmalski really doing a great job of pitching away from these hitters. He doesn't have great velocity, but he's got a lot of movement, a lot of late life on that fastball, and that makes it tough on hitters to really settle into the batter's box.
Chris Leckrone digging in now with 2 gone. First pitch swinging. That's going to get through the gap between short and third. And a base hit for Chris Leckrone. He had 3 in the first game, and now he's got his 4th of the day.
He is really seeing the ball well, you can tell. And so often that happens after the first few games of the season. You settle in, you get used to the pitching again. And, of course, all these guys play summer ball, but it has been a very, very long time since these guys have played in the spring, since spring 2019. So it's been a really long time. And it's good to see guys like Leckrone really starting to knock the ball around the yard.
First pitch catches the zone for strike 1. Saw the throw over to first, keeping an eye on Leckrone. We saw that quite a bit in the first game with Pekin as well. And we know that this Dunlap team has speed.
Oh, yeah. Saw a lot of it in game 1.
0-1 is a little bit high there, so ball 1 here to Logan Van Hooklen. In right field for today's game. And a 1-1 count. Got him to swing upstairs, and Leckrone will get into second base there on the steal. So good heads-up play by him. And now a runner in scoring position with 2 gone.
He kind of caught the PND defense sleeping there. Nobody was really jumping over to cover the second base bag, so a little miscommunication up the middle infield for the Irish. We'll see if it bites him.
That one's fouled back, and so it will remain a 1-2 count here for Logan Van Hooklen. But you're right, that we saw the pickoff attempt at first there, and then it was more focused on the batter, and as a result, Chris Leckrone goes to second on the steal. Ground ball to short. Kelly's got it, and the throw over to first pulled the runner off, it looked like, or excuse me, the first baseman off. So he will reach, and there are 2 runners aboard now with 2 outs.
I'll go ahead and score that a single, Matt, and good job by Van Hooklen to really bust it down the line. A tough play by the shortstop, Kelly, because he had Leckrone running right in his sight line. He jumped over the ball, and Kelly really had to wait back on that thing. As a result, Hooklen was able to beat out the throw.
Good hustle indeed by Van Hooklen. And so runners at the corners now with 2 gone, and we'll bring in the power hitter Lucas Dittmer. Quick check to first, and Van Hooklen will get back safe. Expecting we'll maybe see another pickoff attempt here this at bat.
As Molsky doesn't want another easy stolen base.
That one's driven pretty deep to left center. And this is going to be off the wall, it looked like, or very deep into left center. That's going to bring home both runners. And with 2 outs, Lucas Dittmer brings home 2 runs on the double.
A great drive into left center. Couldn't have placed that one any better if you wanted to clear the bases. As Van Hooklen scores from first base. I mean, right off the wall. Got a pitch over the heart of the plate. And he drove it. Looked like he was sitting fastball there. And he saw it, and he banged it.
So this time, Dunlap gets the scoring going in the first inning. And the inning has the potential to continue here with Graham Malcolm to bat. First pitch is upstairs for ball 1.
And Osmolsky did a really good job when he struck out those first 2 batters of the inning, not putting anything out over the heart of the plate. And his fastball was really good, painting the outside corners. There he worked over the heart, and he paid for it.
A scorcher down the third baseline, but this is going to be foul. You mentioned the start that Brady Osmolsky had on the mound, and now he's let up 3 straight hits here, Larry.
Dunlap likes those 2-out rallies. If you recall, in game 1, they scored 2 runs in the second inning with 2 outs, and doing the same here.
Swing and a miss there. That'll be strike 2, and Malcolm will have to protect here with 2 strikes. Dunlap trying to add another here already with 2 home this half inning. 1-2 pitch misses high again, so 2-2. Chance for Osmolsky to settle down a little bit here.
You really want to get out of this inning as soon as you can. You started so well, working efficiently, and now the wheels have come off the wagon a little bit. There's nothing more rattling for a pitcher. Like that, you see another mistake. That one got away from the catcher, but there's nothing more rattling for a pitcher than a rocky start, a rocky first inning. And you get yourself in a 30, 40 pitch hole in the first inning, you know, your leash just keeps getting shorter.
Dittmer advances to third on the wild pitch, and that's going to be ball 4, and this inning is going to continue here for the Dunlap Eagles.
So 4 straight reach, 3 of which were on hits. You know, you can kind of chalk those up. When you allow hits, like, okay, tip your cap, move on. But when you walk a batter, that's a little different for a pitcher, for your psyche. You can beat yourself up a little bit more. So Osmolsky just needs to move on. There's 2 outs. All he needs is a little weak contact or 3 straight strikes, and he's out of this inning. Still early, too.
First pitch driven into right field, and this is going to be caught out there by Elward. Great grab And that could have been trouble had that gotten down, but that will end an eventful first inning for the Dunlap Eagles, who score twice. They also leave a couple stranded. So after one, it's the Dunlap Eagles 2 and the Notre Dame Irish nothing. You're watching high school baseball on Clutch Sports Media. Back for the top half of the second inning here, as Notre Dame will try and respond to the 2 runs that they gave up in the bottom half of the first. It'll be Angelo Hightower to start us off, and that is a called strike.
Tadine just continues to paint the zone. Couldn't ask for a better start.
Another called strike, and it is 0-2 quickly here to Angelo Hightower, the first baseman for Peoria Notre Dame. Goes after a high fastball, driven out to center field, and that is going to get down for extra bases as Hightower will turn on the Jets. But he's going to be in there standing up in a leadoff double for Notre Dame.
He saw the fastball up in the zone, and he could not resist. That is a big boy hack and a big boy hit straight over the head of Donaldson out there in center field. And 3-hopping the wall, it's not easy to do in a high school baseball game. I would say that's probably about 400 to dead center. Great base knock for Hightower.
Much better start to the inning here for Notre Dame after going down 1-2-3. Joey Jackish will swing at the first pitch, fouled back for strike 1. Big 12 versus Middle Illini today at Dunlap High School. Glad you could join us on Clutch Sports Media. Off-speed pitch in the dirt.
Yeah, a lot of great matchups between area schools, and that's kind of the beauty of baseball. You know, you get a lot of overlap. You can see big school versus small school. You know, the size of the school does not matter in terms of baseball matchup as much as it does in sports like football and basketball. Of course, Dunlap and PND very similar in size, probably in the same class. I think Dunlap is probably up a class on PND in baseball, but you know, you see a lot of small schools playing big schools, and that's the fun of it. David versus Goliath. This one, great battle between 2 great schools.
Fair down the third baseline, and so another base hit, and Hightower's going to be waved around. Looked like he was for a moment, but the third base coach says slam on those brakes.
Yes, it looked like, I think that's Andy Shaddid coaching third base for PND, former Bradley baseball player. He was doing a bit of a dance. He said first go, and then throwing up the stop sign, then he said go again, then he threw on the stop sign, and it was kind of entertaining to watch, but probably a good call to keep Hightower at third base.
I believe you're right that is Shaddid, and you and I both had the chance to interview him a couple times when he was a player at Bradley. Great player at that, I should add.
Fantastic. 4-year starter.
Evan Elward into the box now. It's upstairs for ball 1. Nonetheless, been a very good start to this half inning for Notre Dame. Runners on the corners and nobody out. That one inside, and so it's 2-0 to the right fielder, Evan Elward, who made a spectacular grab out there in right field to close out the last half inning for Notre Dame.
Oh, almost a mistake. Ran a little too far in on that thing, but Threw his glove up, and oh wait, there's a ball in it. Worked
Credit
out.
where credit is due.
Looks the same in the scorebook.
Yes, it does.
That's what I like to say.
Quick chat between Wolfcool and Tudine out there on the mound, but we'll get ready for the third pitch of this at-bat. Before that, a quick check over on Jackish at first, but he's back in safe. Two-0 count to Jackish. That one's in there for a strike.
It's a big strike. You never want to get down 3-0.
Big chance for Notre Dame, though, with 2 runners on. Nobody out to try and get this thing even up. In the dirt, so it's 3-1 here. And the potential for the bases to be loaded if it's a ball 4.
Big pitch coming up. If you're Tudine, you got to stick around the corners, not out over the heart.
And it's ball 4. And a big bat flip there from Evan Elward. He's pumped up about that, and so that will load the bases up for Alex Osmulski. Big chance here for Peoria Notre Dame. Of course, there's nobody out here in the top half of the second inning.
One of 2 Osmulskis in the lineup for PND. Big opportunity. We'll see if he can get his, go out on a limb here and say brother some run support.
Yeah, we
don't know for sure. Could be cousins.
They are brothers. We've had that confirmed now. So we're good.
Great. There it is.
This one fouled off and will be 1-1. But nonetheless, can't stress enough the importance of this situation after Dunlap had a very solid first inning, scoring the first 2 runs of this game. In the dirt will be 2-1.
Now this is really telling of a pitcher, how they can work around trouble, how they can work around adversity. Can they get out of a jam? And if you're Tudine, you just got to settle down. Know that force anywhere. So you can't be afraid to induce some weak contact. Can't try to do too much and blow anything by Osmulski. Just got to do your best. And looks like we'll have a meeting at the mound. Coach Eric Stone out for a chat.
Well, this was a situation, or excuse me, Larry, this is a situation that we did not really find ourselves seeing all that much in the first game with Pekin. And here in the second inning, after going 1-2-3, Notre Dame has found themselves in a very comfortable position here.
Yes, indeed. And bases loaded, no outs after surrendering 2 runs. Can't ask for anything better than that. And especially if you get the next few batters to reach, top of the order comes back up, and you've set yourself up for some nice success.
So it's a 3-run count here to Alex Osmulski. A ball would walk in a run here. See what Tudine does. 3-1 pitch. Ball 4. And Notre Dame has scored their first one of the game as Angelo Hightower will come across for the first run.
There you go. You get the runners on base. You put the ball in play. Good things happen. P&D starts the inning with 2 base knocks, followed up with 2 walks.
Here is Parker Bellamy for Notre Dame. Called strike to begin this at-bat. 2 straight walks here for Jack Tudine. This one is outside for ball 1. Already 1 run in here for Notre Dame and nobody out. And that one was way outside. And Larry, you kind of feel like Tudine is starting to lose control of his pitches here.
Oh, certainly a little bit. And you can tell he's rattled by the situation, by the moment. It's tough whenever you start out the inning by loading the bases. And especially 2 straight walks, 1 with the bases loaded. That'll rattle you. That'll rattle even a major leaguer. So you just got to take a deep breath and focus on the task at hand. You can't get all 3 outs at once. Well, of course you can, hypothetically, but it's always tough. So you just got to zero in pitch by pitch.
3-1 count here to Parker Bellamy. And he's going to likely make Tadine earn it. And that is ball 4, the 3rd straight walk, and he walks in the 2nd batter of this game. And we are tied.
Well, that's one way to do it. Back-to-back RBI walks for PND. I love their plate approach. They see that Tadine's rattled. They're not trying to do too much, play hero ball and swing for the fences. They're being very patient.
Alan Short comes in now, called strike 1 to him. Again, there are no outs in this inning. There's 2 runs home. They were both walked home for Notre Dame. Inside again for a ball.
Matt, it looked like some players were headed out to the bullpen for Dunlap. We can't see the bullpen from here, but something to keep an eye on.
That is ripped, but this is foul off the top of the fence. And Alan Short just needs to straighten that one out a bit, but great swing.
Probably couldn't do that again if he tried. But way out in front of it. And now 0-2, 1-2, big pitch.
And that is a called 3rd strike. And so a big first out of the inning and maybe a sense of confidence now for Tadine.
His 2nd strikeout of the day, and that's exactly right, Matt. Anytime you can get a batter to strike out, that's a boost to confidence, gasses you up a little bit. We'll see if it results in some more good pitches.
Brady Osmowski in for the 2nd time today now. And 0-1 count to him. Foul ball. This could be playable by the right fielder, but this is going to go foul. Van Hooklen was after that one. But now it's 0-2, and this is a spot Tadine has not really found himself in very much this half inning.
No, we've seen his curveball, though, and he's very comfortable throwing that breaking ball. So I think we're going to see it here, but probably not in the zone.
0-2 pitch is grounded down the 3rd baseline, but this is going to be a foul ball.
Nearly took out his teammate there on 3rd base, Evan Elward.
1 out here in the inning on the strikeout by Tadine. Alan Short went down. Looks like Wessels is in the bullpen for Dunlap. And another strikeout, swing and a miss on the fastball up high. And so Tadine has found himself with 2 straight strikeouts now.
That is absolutely huge with ducks on the pond. Keeping the ball out of play, not allowing that sacrifice possibility. Great job by Jack Tadine to battle.
This one's outside for ball 1 here, as Matt Schmidt will come in for his 2nd at-bat. Back in the 1st inning, was caught looking. This time it's a strike. 1-1 to Matt Schmidt, a 3rd baseman for Notre Dame. Another pitch, hit out to right center. Outfielder's going after it, and this is going to fall for extra bases. And he will reach 2nd on a double, but that is going to bring home some runners. And Peoria Notre Dame has taken the lead.
Bases clearing double by Matt Schmidt just when you thought Tadine was coming back. Not so fast. Schmidt drops it into the gap and looked like Donaldson and Van Hooklen. A little miscommunication out there. Baseball's a game of communication. Somebody's got to take that. Somebody's got to try and lay out and knock that ball down. But great base knock. Great piece of hitting by Schmidt going the opposite way.
One thing, too, Larry, with 2 outs, if there's only 1 out in the inning, those runners obviously aren't as hesitant to go. But with 2 outs, they're going at the crack of the bat.
Oh, yeah.
And that played a factor there, certainly.
100%. It's just great base running.
Ben Kelly up to the plate. He is the lone Notre Dame hitter that has not swung the bat this inning. Strike there will make it 0-2.
Well, we'll see if Tadine can set him down to avoid a scorebook mess. Otherwise, things will get interesting.
Yes, it will. 0-2 on the way. This one is popped up. The catcher, Wolfcool, after it, and he's got it for the 3rd out. But what a response from Peoria Notre Dame as they score 5 runs in the top half of the 2nd. So after 1.5, it is Peoria Notre Dame 5 and Dunlap 2. You're watching high school baseball on Clutch Sports Media. Bottom half of the second inning here at Dunlap High School. We've seen a lot of runs here in this one, already more than we did the entirety of last game, where Dunlap won 5-1 over Pekin. And so to begin things here in the bottom half of the second will be Ian Donaldson.
If you like offense, tell your friends. ClutchSportsIHL.com. A lot of runs, a lot of fun.
First pitch to Donaldson, right down the middle for strike one.
Donaldson, I wonder if he's of any relation to Josh Donaldson.
Was wondering the same thing. Probably not, but who knows. A half swing there, and it's fouled back for strike two. Of course, Donaldson has bounced around a little bit in recent years, but now with the Minnesota Twins.
Bringer of rain.
That's right.
More like bringer of snow up there.
Upstairs for ball one.
You know, looking down this Dunlap order, I suppose Donaldson is pretty much one of the only players you can play that game with. Oh, I wonder if he's related to blank.
Strike three, swing and a miss from Donaldson, and that is the third strikeout of the day.
First baseman, number 4,
Jake Abendroth will dig in here with one away. You know, you mentioned that. I like to do that, whatever sport it is, if you see a kind of a common last name, so to speak, or of a pro athlete or a celebrity. Wonder if they're any relation to them.
Of course.
Abendroth with a check swing, but it goes to first base, and Hightower's there to make the play.
Well, that's an excuse me swing, as we say sometimes. Abendroth was in between, and that pitch was out of the zone. And a bad ball swing and results in a quick second out. So as Malski pitching with the lead now, really looks a little more comfortable in the second.
He does indeed. But this happened last inning too, Larry, where he got the first two batters out of the inning, and then Dunlap would find a way to score some runs here. They rattled off 3 straight hits after having their first 2 outs. We'll see if they can do that again.
Yeah. It's been a trend today.
Jack Barham in now for Dunlap. That's going to miss for ball 2. Credit to him on a beautiful game on the mound for Dunlap in game 1, the doubleheader against Pekin. Right back at the pitcher, off the glove of Osmalski, and he'll stick with it for the out. Wow, what a play.
Jeez, cat-like reflexes.
So 1-2-3 goes Dunlap in the second. And we will go to the third as Notre Dame leads at 5-2. You're watching high school baseball on Clutch Sports Media. To the top of the third we go here in Dunlap. 5-2 lead for Peoria Notre Dame after they scored 5 runs in the second inning. Only on 2 hits. A lot of walks for Tadine, but he settled it down and was able to get some key outs when he needed to, Larry.
Yes, indeed, some big strikeouts, and that inning could have been much worse. We were talking about it during the break with Joey Wright, our producer. Could have been much, much worse. Tadine settled in there for a little bit before allowing that bases-clearing double.
Hightower in again here. Had a double his first time up. A slow roller to third, and they got him just in time. Nice play over there by Lacrone. And that's the first out of the inning.
There's that slow infield rearing its head once again. Get any sort of tap around the infield, it's going to be a tough play. But Dunlap, the home team, that's going to play to their advantage. They know how to play it. And Lacrone made a nice play. Nice stretch by Abendroth at first as well.
Joey Jackish in for his second trip. Had a base hit his last time up. Ball 1. And so it will be 1-1 here.
If you're Tadine, you get that quick first out. That's a victory after that second inning.
It is indeed. And he has found himself ahead here in the count as well, 1-2. Two-strike pitch, and that is going to get down into left field for a base hit. Solid contact by Joey Jackish for his second hit of the game.
Really looks like the Irish are seeing the ball well today against Tadine. We'll see how much longer he lasts in this game.
Fourth hit of the game allowed by him. It'll bring in Evan Elward, who was the first of a series of walks for Tadine back last inning. Starts off with a ball here, 1-0.
If you're Tadine, all you got to do is just focus on not walking batters. You got to pitch in the zone, stay in the zone. Nice pitch there.
Got him swinging there as it is strike 1 to Evan Elward. Saw a great play from him in the first inning. Good movement on that off-speed pitch there, but misses for a ball, 2-1.
Got to locate that pitch. You can't leave that upstairs. Now, a little too far to swing at, but if that's a little bit lower, that's a great pitch to hit.
A check on first over for Jackish, and he's back in there safe. We saw them check on him as well last inning. That one's fouled straight back. We'll remain at 2-strike count here at 2-2.
A little bit out of our reach.
Yeah, it would be nice if one of those came right up near us.
Would it though?
Yeah, I'd like to try and catch one.
We got the screen on the window in front of us. Doesn't help. You know, Harry Carey used to bring a net into the broadcast booth, and he'd always stick it out the front of the booth to try and catch foul balls. I've always thought that's a great idea.
Will you try that with the Rockford Rivets this year?
I want to.
Strike 3 called and a throw down to second, but Jackish is going to get there on the steal. So Elward strikes out, but again, Joey Jackish will get to second with the stolen base. I think there was a little confusion there from Wolfcool, and maybe just a bit late there on that throw.
Got that throw off earlier, might have been a little closer at second base.
2 outs. Here's Alex Osmolski for the second time. Walked back in inning number 2. Another pitch on the way, that's high, and a 2-0 count.
If you're Tadine, your pitch count's getting high in inning number 3. Just got to focus on getting out of this inning. And the longer these at-bats go, the shorter your day will go.
Foul ball, chopped near the dugout there. And so it's 2-1. But you mentioned, Larry, yeah, Tadine We've seen some at-bats from him today where he's been able to get ahead 0-2. We've also seen at-bats where he's fallen behind 3-0. It's just been a matter of consistency for him so far. Outside, and now it's 3-1.
Dangerous count here, runner in scoring position. Eagles already trailing 5-2. This is a big pitch, big at-bat, big out for Tadine.
Big pitch indeed as it's on its way, and a called strike on the outside corner. So it's 3-2.
Good spot, because that's not out over the heart of the plate. Not a great pitch to hit if you're Osmulski. Another pitch like that would be ideal.
3-2, 2 out. The pitch, and it misses. Ball 4. It was a very similar pitch to what we just saw, Larry, but this time it's called a ball.
Indeed, just a little too far outside that time, and that might be the end of the line for Tadine.
And maybe indeed that was walk number 4 for him. We saw 3 of them in inning number 2. And we have 2 runners aboard here for Notre Dame with 2 outs as Parker Bellamy get ready to step in. He also walked his first time up. Chance to discuss some things on the mound here.
You know, Matt, throughout the first game, we talked about the blistering pace of play. Game 2, it's kind of caught up with us, hasn't it?
It has, indeed. And we'll see if that continues for the rest of the game or if we maybe pick it up a little bit later.
I'm not exactly shocked to see Tadine still in the game. You know, in second game of a doubleheader, you kind of want to conserve your arms. Got more games to play tomorrow. You got to try and get as much as you can out of your starter. I like the call by head coach Eric Stone.
So they will indeed, as you mentioned, keep him in the game. And he attacks with the first pitch strike here.
I will go as far to say as you need to retire Bellamy or Short here. You don't want to face the top of the order third time through.
No, you don't. This time it's a ball. Bellamy again up to the plate for the second time. First at bat, though, walking. So technically this is his first at bat. Strike 2 called. Big pitch coming up here, Larry.
Oh, yeah. That curveball's looked really sharp for Tadine. I bet he goes fastball here, though.
1-2 on the way. Ground ball towards first, and this is going to go foul. So we'll do it over again.
Went back to the curveball there, and that was a really good pitch. Kind of jammed Bellamy.
Turned out to be a beautiful night for baseball here in Dunlap. Great day to play, too. Notre Dame trying to add to their lead. This one upstairs, thought about it for a moment, decided to hold off, and so that will bring the count to 2-2 for Parker Bellamy.
Got to win this battle if you're Tadine.
Another pitch out into left field, and that is over the head of the left fielder Diver, and that's going to bring home 1, maybe 2 runs, and that will be a double for Parker Bellamy. Great job by him to show patience at the plate, Larry, and it pays off as they played across another run.
I mean, that is a phenomenal battle by Bellamy. Got behind 0-2, battled all the way back, got a pitch to hit, and he drove it. And they always talk about, as an outfielder, Matt, first step is always back. And Diver made the mistake. He took his first step in, and it cost him.
It did indeed, and we're going to have a pitching change here, Larry. And we'll see who's on the mound.
Was the arm who was getting loose earlier, Luke Wessels.
That's correct, you're right. So Wessels will be the new pitcher here, and they've chased him with less than 3 complete innings. 2 2/3 will be the final line for the pitcher Tadine, and not the start that Dunlap was hoping for from him here this evening.
Yeah, absolutely not whatsoever. You know, surrendering 5 hits and so far 5 runs, 6 runs, could be more.
Disappointing outing for Tadine. On a new pitcher here for Dunlap. Again, the new pitcher will be Luke Wessels, 6 foot, 160 pound, a junior for this Dunlap team. But this has been a high-scoring game already, and there are now 2 runners in scoring position with 2 gone, and another base hit here, Larry, could really extend this lead to a number that Dunlap would not feel very comfortable in, being down by so many.
Of course, but you also got to keep in mind it's still early. You know, down by 4 runs, not the end of the world. This Dunlap offense is certainly potent. We saw that in game 1, but like you said, you can't let that lead get too big. You can't let it get away. And so I like this call now going to Wessels.
So Wessels is the new batter. Alan Short will come to the plate for the 2nd time today. He struck out looking his first time up. First pitch swinging here. This is popped up, and that's going to be a foul ball back behind us here in the booth. 0-1 count to Short. He's in center field, but I think with a name like Short, maybe he'd be playing shortstop.
Yeah. Missed opportunity there, perhaps.
I agree. Maybe he does play short sometime. I'm not entirely sure.
No
but
positions listed on the roster, so we'll never know.
One and one pitch on the way, and that is again in the dirt for ball 2. Wessels, this is, of course, the first batter that he has faced after taking over in relief of Tudine. Big chance here for Notre Dame, though, to extend their lead even further. That's a nice pitch right there, and that will be a called strike 2. Already 1 home in this inning. Notre Dame hoping to add some more here with 2 outs. That one's a called third strike, and for the 2nd time this game, Short is caught looking. So that will end another good inning for Notre Dame as they add 1 more. And they extend their lead to 6-2. We are through 2.5, and Notre Dame leads by 4 here on Clutch Sports Media. Stay with us. We'll be right back for the bottom of the 3rd. Bottom half of the 3rd inning here in Dunlap as the Notre Dame Irish lead 6-2 here. As they scored 5 in the 2nd, 1 in the 3rd. And we will have a new batter for Dunlap. Luke Wessels, who came on in relief for Tudine, will have his first plate appearance of the game as it's fouled back for strike 1.
The lights starting to come on here at Dunlap. We'll see those start to take full effect here within a half hour, 45 minutes or so.
You know a thing or two, I know, about the sunsets and all that. Of course, you're the weatherman at BUTV for a semester.
Pulling that out, huh? Well,
now
you're a trained spotter as
so
well.
are you.
Yes, yes, indeed. No, no severe weather events yet this year, but that might change soon. You know, the weather is warm, and so that always creates some instability. So
1-2 here to Luke Wessels. And we'll swung at one that was going to be a ball. This will go right back to the pitcher, and that will be the first out. So Wessels grounds to the pitcher, Smolsky, and that's your first out of the inning.
well, that was weird. Is in on the hands. That might have even hit him if he did not swing at it, but at least it didn't hit him. Went around and protected himself in a interesting way. Made for an easy first out of the inning, and Osmolsky has really looked sharp these last 1+.
That one is right up the middle for another base hit. And guess who it is? Chris Leckrone with his second hit of the game and his 5th hit overall of the day. He's been on a tear here, Larry.
Oh, he is smoking the baseball. Nothing but solid contact, and it is fun to watch him hit right now.
So Logan Van Hooklen will stand in here with one away and a runner at first. As Dunlap tries to cut into this deficit here. First pitch is in the dirt. That's going to get by the catcher. And so Van Hooklen, or excuse me, Leckrone rather, will get to second as it's ball 1 to Van Hooklen.
And he trotted all the way to second base. That was easy. And one thing to watch with this backstop, I'll be interested to see if there's a runner on third base and there's a pass ball and it gets to the backstop, because it's all brick. And that kind of plays to the advantage of the catcher. You get some big caroms.
Ball upstairs there.
And, you know, it's not like Wrigley Field where it's kind of curved. It's flat, so it'll bounce straight back to the plate.
Very interesting to see if we'll see that later on in this game again. This one hit out to right center field, and this is going to be a home run. It's out of here. A 2-run shot for Logan Van Hooklen, and Dunlap gets 2 runs back just like that.
The right fielder goes to the opposite field. What a shot. It's not often you see that out of a high school baseball player. Usually anytime you see a home run at the high school level, it's pulled. But Van Hooklen showing off the strength, going the opposite way and making those fans beyond the right field fence pretty happy.
I'm going to be honest, from our vantage point up here, it did not look like it was going to carry all the way to the fence, but sure enough it did.
Yeah, got out of here in a hurry, and just like that, 2-run ball game. It's a close one once again.
So the lead is cut in half here from 6-2 to 6-4 on the home run by Logan Van Hooklen. Lucas Dittmer now in for his second at-bat. He doubled his last time up. Another one of the power hitters in this Dunlap lineup. 1-0 to him. 2-0.
If you're Osmolsky, you just got to take a deep breath, step back on the mound, realize there's nobody on base. You got 1 out in the inning. Fresh start. You give up a home run. Sure, it's pretty humiliating, but you got a clean slate, really. Just got to come back and get the batter.
It is a 3-0 count here, Larry, to Lucas Dittmer. And Dunlap showing some signs of life here.
Yes, indeed. Nothing like a home run to get the dugout fired up.
3-0 pitch, catches the inside corner for strike 1. Lucas Dittmer trying to keep this good run going for Dunlap hitters. 3-1, foul ball as it's yanked down the third base line. And we'll bring it full.
Good battle by Osmolsky. It would be huge if he could come back and get this strikeout.
Big pitch coming up here to Lucas Dittmer. And Osmolsky will step off and regroup.
Lively crowd here tonight at Dunlap. Maybe that has something to do with it.
A little bit of a mini student section to our left. 3-2 pitch is fouled, and that will go out of play. Just over the fence. No cars harmed this time.
It is interesting to, see such a big crowd at a high school baseball game. Of course, Friday night, so no school tomorrow. Maybe that has something to do with it, but baseball usually not a big student section sport, but tonight, Dunlap students out to support their fellow Eagles.
3-2 pitch on the way, and that is ball 4. And so Lucas Dittmer will reach base for the second time tonight, and good job by him to read it and take the walk.
Now we'll have a mound visit. Excuse me. Probably a good idea.
Good idea indeed, Larry. And we're talking about this Dunlap team, and even you mentioned the fans as well. And I think part of the reason why we're seeing such a large student section here tonight is just the fact that we feel like we're turning a corner on this pandemic, and some of these students are obviously very excited to be back at supporting their classmates,
of course.
And here they are.
Yeah, they couldn't really be in the house for basketball. We saw the return of student sections for football, but that school spirit kind of carrying over into baseball season.
Graham Malcolm will come up here. Big chance for him with a runner on first. He went around, and look out. Runner takes off, and he is safe at second. And Dittmer goes with the steal. Nice play by him.
Wow. That is surprising to see first Dittmer go. I didn't think he had that speed. Good throw by the catcher, Jockish, but Kelly didn't get the tag down. The throw was there. He's got to slap that tag down a little bit lower.
0-1 count. This one in the dirt. This time, Dittmer will hang tight at second.
Speaking of the student section, they loved that.
Oh, they did. So 1-1 the count here to Graham Malcolm, the shortstop. Reached on a walk his first time up. Strike 2, called on the outside corner. 1 out in the inning. That was back on the first batter, Luke Wessels. Also his first plate appearance, taking over for Jack Tadine. In the dirt, Dittmer goes, and again the throw is long, and they're going to wave him around. Here comes Dittmer, and he's going to score. And Dunlap is within 1 here.
Wow. Look at those wheels on the big fella. Stealing second and setting himself up for success, scoring from second on the pass ball. Wow.
So a wild sequence there, as that is the 3rd run of the inning, and we're almost even again. Just 1 run lead now for Notre Dame. The last 3 batters have all come around to score. 2-2 to Malcolm. Little blooper into right field. And over there to make the play is Elward, and so that is a much-needed second out.
Even with no runners on base, it's not much of a jam. This inning has felt like a jam for Smolsky, probably mentally, just because he's had to deal with so much. First the home run, and then walking a guy and having him come around to score on stolen base, pass ball. It's got to be frustrating, so he's got to settle down here.
Zach Diver will dig in now here with 2 gone in the inning. Called strike. And it's 0-1. Flew out to right field in his first at-bat of the game. This is going to be a ground ball over to Bellamy at second. He'll make the play to first, and that will end the inning. But not before a trio of runs for the Dunlap Eagles, as they are now within 1 through 3 innings. 6-5, Notre Dame clinging on to a 1-run lead through 3. You're watching high school baseball on Clutch Sports Media. We're on to inning number 4 here in Dunlap as the Notre Dame Irish come to bat, holding on to a 1-run lead. And we have had a lot of runs in this game, Larry. 6-5 already as we begin the 4th.
Oh, it's been a wild one. It's been a very fun one to watch. And a great night for baseball. Great atmosphere here at Dunlap. No complaints.
Top of the order here for Notre Dame. Brady Osmulski standing in with an 0-1 count. That's fouled back, and he is quickly behind 0-2.
Now, if you're Luke Wessels, you got to pitch like it's a 1-0 ball game. It's been a slugfest so far, a lot of runs, far from a pitcher's duel. But you got to keep this Irish offense settled down. Keep runners off the base paths, and if you can really settle into a rhythm, that would be a big difference maker in this game. Kind of turn the tide a little bit.
We'll see what happens with these Irish hitters now, 3rd time around in the order. This one is skied way up there, and the catcher, Wolfcool, will go behind the plate and make the play for the first out.
And he made that thing look easy. Generally not a super high fly ball. Was able to track that one all the way up and all the way down. But Wolfcool, calm and composed behind the plate. That's not often you see those pop flies as routine plays. They can get pretty adventurous.
So Matt Schmidt comes in now. He's 1 for 2 today. Had a double back in the 2nd inning. We'll see what he can do here. Behind in the count 0-1. Check swing, but a called strike anyway, and it's 0-2 here to Matt Schmidt. Seems like Wessels has settled in a little bit here to begin this 4th inning.
Definitely has, and anytime you pitch with a clean inning, that's always a good thing. And he did a nice job striking out Alan Short to end the 3rd, but whenever you get a clean inning, that's really indicative of kind of how the pitcher is pitching. Because if you struggle, you got nobody on, fresh start to the inning, that's tough.
1-2 pitch. Looked like a curveball that time, and so it misses for ball 2, bringing it to 2-2. Notre Dame has scored 5 of their 6 runs back in inning number 2. They did pick up 1 last inning as Joey Jockish came around to score. Another ball, this time outside 3-2. A lot of patience up there by Matt Schmidt at the plate, not biting on that one.
All these Irish hitters have done a good job with that.
3-2 pitch, fouled back, and we'll do it again. This one goes out of play. Larry checking to see if that one ended up in the street.
Look, man, it's intriguing. Every time there's a foul ball over there, I can't help but look.
Another 3-2. And popped up, but it looks like it's going to go foul again here. Back behind the Notre Dame dugout.
Not quite to the street that time.
No. So we'll do the 3-2 once again. 1 out here in the inning as Osmulski popped out to the catcher, Wolfcool. And that one's in the dirt for ball 4. So great patience by Matt Schmidt, able to draw the walk right there.
Nice at-bat by him. Sets up the heart of the order with a runner on base. Always good when you can do that.
Let's look at Matt Schmidt leading off of first base. They'll throw it over there quickly, but he will be back in time. Ben Kelly to the plate now. 1 out in the inning for Notre Dame. First pitch, called strike, 0-1.
That was a knee-buckling breaking ball. We have not seen that much out of Wessels. We'll see if he can keep spinning that thing for a strike.
Kelly 0 for 2 on the day. Another called strike that was right down Broadway, 0-2.
Yes, indeed, and now Wessels well out in front. He can toy with the batter a little bit, but I'd go right after him. Dunlap has struggled with walks today. Get this efficient out.
0-2 pitch is just fouled back.
Pulled the string on him there. Very awkward swing by Kelly, but doing what he asked to stay alive.
Angelo Hightower going to retrieve the foul ball there as he's in the on-deck circle, or excuse me, in the hole rather. Or no, I'm sorry. He is in the on-deck circle for Notre Dame.
Trust your gut, man.
Before the 0-2 pitch, another check on Schmidt, but he is back in there. Seen that quite a few times from Dunlap pitchers today. Checking on those runners. That one's going to get past the catcher, and that will advance Schmidt up to second base.
You see Wessel's focusing on the runner on first a little bit, and now he's losing his command. Lets the runner advance. Got to dial in here. Feels like Dunlap has the momentum right now. You want to keep that.
The 1-2 to Ben Kelly. Had to lunge out to get a piece of that one, but it will go foul. Foul. As he continues to stay alive and fight here.
Nice job to just stay alive and continue to battle. He's done a really nice job just spoiling good pitch after good pitch.
Quick glance over to Schmidt at second. Here's the pitch. Grounder to third, and it's bobbled there by Leckrone, and that is going to be another base runner here for Notre Dame.
We'll go ahead and score that in E5. Tough play for Leckrone. Tried to get that on a short hop, but just could not come out with it. Back-to-back base runners reach after Wessels retires the first batter of the inning, and these innings just continue to crawl along for Dunlap pitching. Really no continued success for them.
Schmidt stayed at second on the ground ball, so first and second here for Notre Dame with one out. That'll bring in Angelo Hightower. First pitch swinging, strike one. Hightower is 1 for 2, had a double back in inning number 2, and that ultimately ended up proving to be the kickstarter for that Notre Dame run, and they ended up rattling off 5 runs that inning.
Boy, was that a shot. He crushed that baseball.
0-1 pitch, able to hold off this time. He thought about it, but it will be ball 1.
He's hungry up there at the plate. Very eager to swing, you can tell. And if you're Wessels, you got to be careful.
1-1 with one out here for Angelo Hightower, the cleanup hitter for Notre Dame. That ball will miss by quite a bit, and so it's 2-1 to Hightower. Again, this is game number 2 of a doubleheader for Dunlap. They defeated Pekin 5-1 earlier today.
Kind of the opposite of this game. Really a pitcher's duel. You see the final score 5-1. Maybe you think, maybe not a pitcher's duel, but both pitchers really did a good job, really through 6 innings largely.
Hightower trying to crush that one, but it's foul. So that'll bring the count to 2-2 here. A big pitch looming to a power hitter in Angelo Hightower.
If I'm Wessels, break out that curveball, but gotta bury it in the lower half of the zone or lower.
Another pitch to Hightower, and that's going to skip away, and so both runners will advance into scoring position here with one out and a full count for Angelo Hightower.
That's the danger of throwing the curveball and a count like that, even at 2 apiece. Now full count, you got to figure he's not going to go back to the breaking ball. And Hightower is going to be sitting fastball.
Big pitch coming up here, 3-2. And called third strike. I think Hightower thought it was going to be ball 4.
I thought that was ball 4. Probably a ball outside, but for Wessels, take what you can get. Now 2 down, just an out away from a scoreless frame after all this.
So big strikeout there from Wessels. That'll bring in Joey Jockish here, who has 2 singles on the day so far. Look out, that one almost hit him. Ball 1.
To lean out of the way of that.
Notre Dame would certainly like to extend their lead here this inning with 2 runners aboard and 2 away. Right down the middle for strike number 2.
Right at the letters, a good fastball by Wessels.
Strike 1, it looks like. Sorry about that. 1-1 for him. That ball gets away. Runner coming from third, and now he's got to go back as they've got him in a pickle. And Schmidt is going to be tagged out near home, and that is how this bizarre inning is going to end, as Matt Schmidt gets caught between third and home as he's tagged out. So that will do it for the top of the 4th. Notre Dame, though, unable to scratch across a run as they maintain a 1-run lead. We'll be back for the bottom of the 4th here in just a few moments. You're watching high school baseball on Clutch Sports Media. Here we go for the bottom half of the 4th inning, and Dunlap will bat here. Big chance for the Eagles as they have been battling their way back in this game, Larry, and now have a chance to tie things up here with Ian Donaldson to the plate. First pitch to him is skied up near us in the booth, and this is going to be a foul ball for strike 1.
Matt, I think battle is a very fitting adjective for this game. Back and forth, momentum shifts one way, momentum shifts the other way. A lot of mistakes on both sides, a lot of good plays on both sides. And rough pitching, you just got to persevere. Got to keep on plugging away. And I like the position that the Irish are in right now. Even though Dunlap has scored the last few runs of this game, Osmolski, the starter, still in. If he can cruise along here, that would set the Irish up for success to hand the ball to their bullpen a little deeper into the game.
He has allowed 5 runs, 2 in the first and 3 in the third. See how he fares this half inning. Quickly falling behind in the count, though, 3-1. Donaldson struck out swinging his first time up for Dunlap. 3-1, and that's ball 4. So a leadoff walk to begin the 4th.
There you go, rally starter right there. That's what a leadoff walk is, and certainly not ideal for Osmolski, but again, it's all about battling. Today, it's clear it's not going to be a pitcher's duel, so you just got to play the cards you're dealt.
Here's Jake Avenroth. Lined out to first his first trip to the plate, and Looked like a bunt attempt there, but this is going to be ball one.
Yeah, this is a bunt situation if I've ever seen one. In game one, we saw similar. Dunlap likes to lay down the sacrifices. Sometimes you just got to manufacture runs. Get them on, get them over, get them in.
And a quick check on the runner at first. That, of course, being Donaldson, but he is safe. Both teams are definitely like to throw that ball over on the pickoff attempts. And, oh, look out. Donaldson almost got caught there, but he's back in there.
Can't get caught sleeping when the pitcher's not on the rubber.
He's got a very big lead over there at first. 1-0 count to Abendroth, and he will lay down the bunt here. Right back to the mound. Osmulski fires to first, and a well-executed sacrifice as Donaldson will move to second.
That's exactly what you want. Bringing up the top half of the order in Jack Barham, who we've seen knock around the baseball today. Maybe not in game 2 here. He's 0 for 2, but in game 1, he really hit it on the screws a few times.
He did indeed. Big chance for him here with a runner on second, one away. That is in there for strike one. Really good pitch to start off the at-bat from Brady Osmulski.
That was a pitch to hit, too. I'm surprised that Barham didn't try to drive that one. Breaking ball upper half of the zone.
0-1 count. That's upstairs for ball one. Osmulski, again, the starter, has been in for the entirety of the game. Allowed 5 runs, but has shown some signs of brilliance here today. 3 strikeouts for him. And we'll check on the runner a little bit there at second.
That was real close to a balk, Matt.
Better be
Looks
careful.
like started bringing his foot down towards home plate and then turned.
1-1 pitch is low for ball 2. You mentioned the balk almost, or the near balk. Don't see that a ton, even at the high school level, but definitely a part of the game that the pitchers have to be aware of. 2-1, and that goes off the umpire's mask back into the foul ball territory there. Off the fence.
Barham was right on it. Timing up that fastball. We'll see if he gets it again here on 2-2. It is a fastball count.
2-2 inside, and they will throw down a third, and it's dropped by the third baseman, Schmidt, and he is going to be safe. That throw beat him there, but he could not handle the ball, and so looks like Donaldson will get to third.
Beat him by a few feet. Sometimes you catch breaks, especially when you're playing at home. That just kind of seems to be the way that the ball bounces. Schmidt had him beat, but you just got to hang on.
So a sacrifice, and was the first way that the runner Donaldson advanced to second, and now he is on a third with a full count, 1 out. Abendroth swings and misses, or excuse me, Barham swings and misses, and that is the second out of the inning.
A big second out, I might add, because if Barham put that thing in play, probably scores a run, but now Luke Wessels doesn't have that same luxury. He needs a base hit.
He does indeed. Second at-bat of the game for him as he came on in relief, of course, of Jack Tudine. Ball 1 to start. Barham strikes out for the second time today. First time up, Wessels grounded back to the mound for the out. 1-0 pitch, grounded to short, and that's going to go right through the glove of Kelly, and a run will score, and we have a tie ball game.
What do you know? That's just kind of seems to be the way that this game is going. 2 defensive mistakes cost the Irish. First, the buffed or botched tag by Schmidt at third base, and then Kelly has that one slip right underneath his glove. Scored an E6, and we're tied at 6.
Well, how about Dunlap after being down 6-2? They have managed to come all the way back And I should add, Larry, that we're only in the bottom of the 4th inning.
Exactly. I was going to say, it feels like a little later, but this game has gone a little slower than game 1.
That ball's in the dirt. Runner takes off for second, and he'll get there no throw. And Smolsky and Jakish seem to have a little connection issues here this inning.
A little bit.
Leckrone into the box, 1-0 count to him. And he has been on fire today for Dunlap. 2 hits, already had 3 in the first game. Thought about swinging, he'll hold off as it's 2-0. Big chance here for Chris Leckrone. Runner on second with 2 outs. And they are going to elect to go the intentional walk route, it looks like here, Larry.
That's an intentional walk for Chris Leckrone.
And now a pitching change. Irish make the call out to left field. Evan Elward is going to come in to pitch. We'll see if Smolsky goes out to left. Looks like he will.
Not all surprising, though, Larry, to see them intentionally walk Leckrone because of how dominant he's been, not only in this game but today. And, of course, Notre Dame probably didn't see the 3 hits that he had in game 1, but he's been good.
Yeah, that's one thing. The Irish, maybe they got a little bit of a lead on scouting because, in high school baseball you don't do a lot of scouting, but the Irish got here about an inning before game number 1 ended, so they got to see what Dunlap had to offer in the order and probably saw that Leckrone has been really crushing the baseball, and I agree that's a good move.
So we will have a pitching change here for Notre Dame. Evan Elward will come into pitch, number 22 for these Notre Dame Irish.
Pitching change for the Irish.
He was in right field to begin the game, and now he'll be on the mound.
And Smolsky will head out to right, so straight up switch.
Making it easy for us, Larry.
Indeed they are.
So Elward will get warmed up here. What a chance for him to try and get the Irish out of the jam.
A jam in seemingly every inning.
Just the kind of game it's been, hasn't it?
Yes, indeed. No pitcher has really found any sort of success, so we'll see if Elward can break that trend. 4th pitcher of the ball game, if you combine the 2 sides.
So we will get, looks like the batter will be Logan Van Hooklen. And, of course, he had that big home run his last time up in inning number 3. And a big opportunity here for him.
Yes, indeed.
Runners on second and first for him. Wessels at second and Leckrone at first. With 2 gone in the inning, Dunlap has tied it at 6, looking to add some more here. First pitch of the at-bat is a wild pitch. That's going to advance both runners to second and third. That is a big mistake by Elward.
Elward just kind of overthrowing it a little bit. Coming in a pressure situation, the heat is on, and now you feel that heat even more.
So 1-0 to Logan Van Hooklen, who has already homered in this game. Another pitch in the dirt, but this time Jakish steps in front of it to keep it from going behind home plate.
Got to find your command here quick. Can't keep throwing them in the dirt, especially with another run 90 feet away.
2-0. That one's high, 3-0, and all of a sudden, it's a big hitter's count for Logan Van Hooklen.
You might have the 3-0 green light, too, if he gets a pitch to hit.
That'll be ball 4. Laid down the little fake bunt motion there for a moment, but it is going to be bases loaded for Lucas Dittmer, who has reached base on both his plate appearances so far today.
Yes, indeed. Had that big 2 RBI double in the first. Gave a ball a ride. This heart of the Dunlap order has been good.
Well, Larry, there are certain moments of the game where you look back and you go, this was a game changer. This could be it right here if Lucas Dittmer can find something for a base hit or more.
Of course. Evan Elward has to rise to the occasion.
First pitch, wild pitch. Runner's going to come home from third, and he will score. And Dunlap has the lead for the first time tonight. Second time, excuse me.
And there you see the Eagles taking a gamble on that ball off the carom. Just did not carom hard enough off that brick wall, and Wessels slides in safely. Always an exciting play when that's close at the plate.
Crone moves to third, Van Hookland to second here. 1-0 to Lucas Dittmer. Swing and a miss for strike one. He wanted all of that one.
It's easy to think you want to play hero ball. You get a pitch to hit against a pitcher who's struggling. You just got to be patient, work the count, and more often than not, you'll get deep into a count.
1-1 pitch, just misses off the plate. 2-1. Dittmer is another one of these Dunlap hitters that has found a way to get on base in both games of this doubleheader. Another pitch, and it's 3-1. A lot of pitches here, Larry, that are missing outside from the pitcher, Elward.
A lot down low, too.
3-1, and that is ball four. Another walk, and the bases are loaded up for Graham Malcolm.
Elward just has no command whatsoever. You just need one out in this situation. So if you're Elward, take a deep breath, gather yourself a little bit. Just try to focus in, find the zone, because you need to now with ducks on the pond once again.
Malcolm is 0 for 1 today, but reached base on a walk back in the first. 1-0 to start this at bat. 7-6 Dunlap lead. They led 2-0, found themselves down 6-2, and now back in front 7-6, 2-0.
Back and forth, back and forth. You know, really a sloppy game, pitching-wise. A lot of walks, a lot of pass balls, some mistakes in the field by both teams.
That one is a much-needed strike there for the pitcher Elward, and that is strike one. That one in the dirt, and it's 3-1 now to Graham Malcolm.
Nice block by Jockish. Could have resulted in another run.
3-1, the count, the base is loaded for Dunlap. Ball four in the dirt, another run will come home, and it is 8-6. We're starting to get to that point, Larry, where you have to wonder if maybe Notre Dame will make another pitching change here soon.
Yeah, well, Elward certainly doesn't have his stuff tonight, and we'll see if he can figure it out here, but it's baptism by fire in a situation like this. You don't have any sort of time to find your command. You just got to come on and be good, and Elward has been the opposite.
3 walks to start the appearance for Elward, certainly not how he wanted to start. And if you go back to the intentional walk to LaCrone from right before that from Osmulski, that is 4 straight walks for these Dunlap hitters.
Yeah, that's never what you want, to say the least.
Zach Diver will come in with 2 outs. Drives it right at the second baseman, and he has got it for the play. That's Bellamy out at second. But that will conclude the inning. 3 runs come across to score as Dunlap has an 8-6 lead. And that will end the 4th inning. We'll go to the top of the 5th. 8-6 Dunlap on top of Notre Dame. You're watching high school baseball on Clutch Sports Media.
Catcher number 22.
Here we go to the top of the fifth in Dunlap, as it has been a high-scoring affair. 8-6 lead for Dunlap after they tack on 3 runs in that half inning. And here we go, Larry. It's just continued to be an offensive onslaught here for both teams.
Yeah, I'm kind of expecting the offenses to settle down at some point, but it just has not happened yet. Runs keep on coming, walks keep on coming, errors keep on coming, pitchers keep struggling.
Strike one to Joey Jackish, and he, of course, was the batter up to bat in the last half inning, if you can all the way remember back then.
Yes.
And then Schmidt was caught in a pickle between third and home, was tagged out. So a fresh count here for Jackish, but first pitch called a strike. That is going to be mishandled by the catcher Wolfcool, and it'll be 1-1.
It doesn't really matter there, but you always want to get a good squeeze on it.
Jackish is 2 for 2 with a couple of singles in innings 2 and 3. Just missing there, 2-1. Good pitch, though, from Wessels on the mound.
Don't want to get behind a batter here. Don't want to give up a leadoff walk.
Swing and a miss. Big cut there, and you can sense the frustration from Jackish, who felt like that was the pitch there to hit.
Oh, it certainly was. Off-speed pitch, inner half. He was right on it.
2-2 count to Jackish, and that misses for ball 3. So full count here for Joey Jackish, the 5-hole hitter for Notre Dame. That one misses for ball 4, and it's a leadoff walk by Luke Wessels, and
Number 22.
Evan Elward will come in now.
Well, anytime you get the leadoff batter on, means good things, and it's kind of been a trend for both sides tonight. No shortage of leadoff base runners.
Yeah, we have not seen a whole lot of batters that have been out on the first batter of the inning. Elward up to bat. That one's in the dirt, and throw down to second. He is out at second. What a throw from the Dunlap catcher, Wolfcool. Wow.
Great defense behind the plate from Dunlap tonight. First it was Van Hooklen in game 1, and now Wolfcool in game 2. Looked like the slide brought Jackish off the bag a little bit. Throw beat him there, and that time Malcolm slaps down the tag.
It's a big relief there for Dunlap. This one missing outside for ball 2 to Elward. So Jackish gets thrown out on the attempted steal for the first out of this inning. Elward fouls it back for strike 1. Want to give a big shout out to our entire crew here tonight. Francisco Alonso on camera, the very talented Joey Wright behind the computer. Strike 2 called there on Elward. And of course, you, my friend Larry Larson. And Gavin Russell, yes, as well, who unfortunately had to leave us a little bit early, but was helping out with us tonight. Ground ball to second. Barham will make the play, and that is the second out of the inning.
Wow, it's kind of hard to believe we might see an inning that the minimum is faced.
Don't speak too soon, Larry.
Seen a lot of 2-out rallies, but could we see a pitcher possibly settling in? I don't know.
We'll see. This at-bat will be a key sign of that as Alex Osmulski comes in and takes ball 1. Osmulski has walked twice in his first 2 plate appearances. Strike 1, right down the middle. Notre Dame has scored 5 of their 6 runs in the second inning. Also had one in the third. That one popped up, foul. So it will be 1-2.
If you're Wessels, got to go after him here. I expect him to kind of go for the curveball. Bury it in the dirt.
1-2 pitch. Misses there. Bringing it to a 2-2 count.
Well, he did go to the curveball. Kind of the opposite of what I predicted, missing up high.
Beautiful night for baseball here in Dunlap. That one grounded to second again. Barham is unable to make the play, though, and that'll go as an error against Dunlap, and this inning is going to continue, Larry. Looks like you spoke too soon.
The broadcaster jinx is in effect. E4. For those keeping score at home.
So Bellamy will stand in.
It's never easy, you know?
No.
Not in this game. And mistakes have come back to bite both teams, so we'll see if the Irish put together a 2-out rally.
We will see indeed. First pitch is a ball low. 1-0. Parker Bellamy up for, he is 1 for 1 today. Also had a walk back in inning number 2. Smolsky over at first. A ball and the quick throw over to first, but Smolsky able to get back in time. We'll have a quick mound chat here between Wolfcool and Wessels, and it looks like Stone is going to come out as well.
Got to settle down your arm here. Had a really good inning through those first 2 outs. But, hey, sometimes you just got to battle when you don't have your best stuff, and it's safe to say no pitcher has his best stuff in this game for either side. So you just got to work through that, got to battle, get out somehow.
2-0 is the count to Parker Bellamy, the second baseman for Notre Dame, trying to pick up his second hit of the game. 2-0 pitch. Catches the zone for strike one. Big, much-needed strike there from Wessels.
Indeed. Coming back with the strike. Still an uphill battle, though. Can't leave anything out over the heart.
That one catches the
Perfect.
zone as well, and it's
Perfect
2-2.
pitch. That's exactly what you want there, painting the black, not giving Bellamy really anything to drive.
2-2, 2 outs, and Wessels will step off and regroup here. Another pitch, this time outside, and a throw from Wolfcool, not in time. Bounce to the first baseman, Abendroth. Got to be very careful on those kind of plays.
No kidding. Don't want to allow any extra base runners move up, or take any extra bases, I should say.
Full count here to Parker Bellamy. A quick throw over on to Smolsky at first, but he's back. You surprised, Larry, that they have been checking up on him so much, or?
Not really. You know, it goes back to it's a close game. You don't want to allow runners in scoring position.
Runner will go with 3-2 count here with 2 outs, but it will miss for ball 4. So second walk of the inning, and Alan Short will come in now to try and keep this thing alive.
You want to get this out before the top of the order. Looks like we got a pinch hitter, Matt.
Indeed, we do.
Number 15, that would be Kirschgissner.
They picked the player with the hardest last name to pronounce for
us,
us, Larry.
Indeed. Kirschgissner, that seems about right.
So 0-1 to Kirschgissner. Whoa, look out, that one. And they're going to go to second here, and that throw will be off the mark, and so Smolsky will move to third. Wild sequence there. That ball almost hit the pinch hitter, Johnny Kirschgissner. So that will, again, bring the count to 1-1 here with 2 outs. Runners on the corners after Osmulski advances. Big chance for Notre Dame to get back in this thing. 1-1 pitch. That is popped up into left field. And able to make the play there is Diver, and that will get the Eagles out of the jam. Nothing doing that half inning for Notre Dame, and this game is going to remain at 8-6. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th. Dunlap holding on to a 2-run lead. You're watching high school baseball on Clutch Sports Media. Here we go to the bottom half of the 5th. Dunlap leading by 2, 8-6. No runs that past half inning for Notre Dame despite some base runners. And now Dunlap will have the chance to bat again as Ian Donaldson will lead off the 5th. He led off the 4th. Everyone came around to bat for Dunlap that last half inning. And so, see what they can do here. That one hit out to left field, ranging into foul territory, but making the catch, it looks like. Or no, not making the catch is the left fielder, Alex Osmulski. So will be
I think he
oh,
made
did.
the catch.
He did. I did not see a signal, Larry, from the umpire, and Osmulski looked like he had maybe dropped it, but instead he makes the catch.
A really great play by Alex Osmulski. Had to run a long way, wasn't sure if he was close near the fence or not, and kind of made a leaping grab right near the line.
Great play to start off the inning. I'm bringing Jake Abendroth.
That's big for Evan Elward, who came on in relief of Osmulski, Brady Osmulski, that would be in the 4th inning, and really looked bad. So getting that quick first out is huge.
Called strike there. That'll bring the count to 1-1. Big first out on the catch by Osmulski in left. Look out, that one almost catches Abendroth. Ball 2.
And this is a big at-bat for both parties because if Abendroth gets on, Elward has to face the top of the order with the runners on.
Ground ball to third. Schmidt with a long throw, but in time for out number 2. And quickly, there are 2 outs gone in the 5th. That'll bring in the top half of the lineup as they flip over to Jack Barham here. He has struck out twice and is 0 for 3 on the day.
Was player of the game in game 1. Had a phenomenal start, picked up the win, went 6 innings, striking out 7.
First pitch to him is upstairs for ball 1. You mentioned the pitching performance that he had in the first game was phenomenal. Just the 1 run allowed, but it was not an earned run. Inside, a little bit of a surprise strike call there, but it's 1-1. Bottom of the 5th inning here at Dunlap High School. Glad you could join us on Clutch Sports Media for some high school baseball. Foul ball there.
Screamer.
Got to be careful.
Into the dugout, looked like. Glad everybody's all right.
I'm telling you, Larry, I am having a hard time keeping track of these balls here at night, especially when they're coming off the bat that hot.
Yeah, there are lights, but there are no major league lights. Central Illinois night. Dusk descending on Dunlap.
1-2 pitch. Misses for ball 2. Student section starting to get into it a little bit more here as well.
Of course. They're rowdy. They are chattering.
Their pitch inside. Full count now for Jack Barham. Big pitch coming up here. 3-2, 2 outs. And it almost hit him. It's ball 4. Looked like maybe we were going to have a 1-2-3 inning, but that will not be the case.
Oh, of course not. It's not how this game works. Listen to these fans.
Oh, they are pumped up for Luke Wessels to come to the plate. He reached on an error his last time up.
Popular walk-up song.
2 outs in the inning. Luke Wessels, that is a pop-up along the third base side, and making the grab and falling over is the third baseman Schmidt. Great play, and that will get us out of the inning. So a 2-out walk, but it does not come to be a threat as we will go to the top of the 6th. It is still an 8-6 ball game. You're watching high school baseball on Clutch Sports Media. Top half of the 6th inning here in Dunlap. It is still an 8-6 game as the Eagles have the lead over the visiting Irish of the Big 12 Conference. Mid-Illini versus Big 12 tonight here on Clutch Sports Media. It will be the top of the order for the Irish as Osmulski will stand in here. Brady Osmulski, that is. Started off pitching, went 3 2/3 for the Irish. Big chance for him. He is 0 for 3 on the day. First pitch misses for ball 1.
Well, now there's no better time to start a rally than this. Top of the order, starting fresh. That's Wessels, who really has not had his best stuff.
That one popped up, or a long run for the center fielder, but Donaldson will make the play out there for the first out of the inning.
Now batting number 3, Matt Schmidt.
So Matt Schmidt will come in now with 1 away.
Big first out. Anytime a pitcher can, especially in this game, retire the first batter of the inning, that is really huge.
Something we have not seen a lot of tonight. Fouled back by Schmidt for strike 1. The last time Schmidt was up to the plate, he walked and then found himself in a pickle between third and home, which ended the
I bet they'd like to have that run back.
4th inning. No kidding. That would have been a big run, of course. It'd be a 1-run game right now instead of 2. Called strike there will make it a 0-2 count to him.
Of course, who knows if he would have scored, but at least would have given Jockish a chance to bring him home.
Would have kept the inning alive. That's the
Yes.
important thing. 0-2 pitch. Misses for ball 1. Wessel's still out there on the mound after taking over in the 3rd inning for Dunlap. And he got him. Strike 3 called. That's a big second out there.
Now batting number 5, shortstop Ben Kelly.
There you go. Strikeouts have not been really common in this game. So it's good to see Wessels kind of settle in, pound the zone.
It's
Really found his rhythm.
his 3rd strikeout of the day. First pitch misses for ball 1. But yeah, you're right. That first game, Larry, we saw a lot of strikeouts between those 2 pitchers. And been more of a ball and play kind of game here today.
To say the least. Not a pitcher's duel
No.
by any means.
Not at all. Called strike there to Ben Kelly. Reached on an error his last time up. Called strike on the outside corner, 1-2. Big 1-2 pitch coming up here for Wessels. That one misses, so it will go to 2-2 here for Ben Kelly.
Lights taking full effect now. It really is such a great night for baseball. Spring is in the air, but a little bit of chill.
And that one misses again, so it's 3-2 now to Ben Kelly, who has been very patient at the plate in this at-bat. Three, two outs. The pitch, swing and a miss. And can you believe it? We have a 1-2-3 inning.
Wow. The first time since the first for PND.
Indeed. So that will conclude matters in the top half of the 6th. Dunlap will come to bat with a 2-run lead in the 6th. You're watching high school baseball on Clutch Sports Media. Bottom of the 6th here. In the heart of the order will come up 3, 4, and 5. Leckrone, Van Hooklen, and Dittmer. So Chris Leckrone will lead things off, and he was intentionally walked his last time up, Larry, and he has been all over the bases so far today.
Yeah, and you know, it's kind of a bold move to walk a batter intentionally in front of a guy who's hit a home run. But
Yeah.
that just tells you how good Leckrone has been all day, not just in game 2. He's really crushed the baseball.
Quickly, the pitcher, Elward, has gotten ahead of him here, 0-2.
I'm interested to see how Leckrone battles back here. He's a good hitter. We have not seen him in this situation a lot, though. Usually he jumps on the first few pitches.
0-2 count to Chris Leckrone. Almost hit him, so it'll be 1-2.
much to the chagrin of the Dunlap faithful, who've been loud all night.
They have been loud and all night indeed. Great crowd here at Dunlap High School. That one way offline, and so it'll be 2
a
and
bit
2.
outside.
Two and 2 now to the batter Lacrone. Ground ball to short. Kelly will throw it over to first, and there is your first out of the inning. Nice play by Kelly over there at shortstop.
And that ball kind of bounced right up to face level. Nice hop off the infield lip. We got a pinch hitter, it looks like.
Indeed we do, and that will bring up Dane Rubin. Looks like will be the pinch hitter here for Dunlap. Interesting decision here to take Van Hookland out of the game.
Perhaps a defensive substitution. Something to keep in mind going into the bottom half, or going into the top half of the 7th. You know, looking ahead to that half inning, Matt. Heart of the order up for PND. Got Angelo Hightower starting off the inning, and he started off the inning in that 2nd inning when PND scored 5 runs.
Oh, it's a foul ball. That was behind him, but it caught a piece of the bat. We almost saw that in the first game, and now here it is in the 2nd.
Whoops. Got to bring that bat down with you.
Indeed,
That's something
you do.
they always tell you when you turn to get hit by a pitch or turn out of the way, bring the bat down.
1 and 2 to Dane Rubin. Misses outside for ball 2. One out here in the 6th inning for Notre Dame. 2-2 pitch on the way, and that misses for ball 3. So full count to Dane Rubin.
Working through some pronunciations.
On the fly here.
Reuben, I think. Wonder if he likes Reuben sandwiches.
Ball 4 to a Rubin as he will reach on a walk.
One of those sounds pretty good right now.
Well, if we keep having all these walks, you're not going to get one anytime soon.
No, absolutely not.
Lucas Dittmer comes to bat now, and he has had a good night at the plate. Good eyes in particular. He's walked twice. Also had a double back in the 1st inning. First pitch to him misses for ball 1. Dittmer in that 5 spot, and is another one of those Dunlap hitters that has had a good day at the plate, along with Lacrone and a few others sprinkled in there as well. Ground ball, a hard one to short. They'll go to 2nd for 1, and first a double play. Wow, great play by Kelly to get things started, and PND gets out of the jam. So that will conclude matters here in the 6th, and it remains 8-6. You're watching high school baseball on Clutch Sports Media. Here we go to the top half of the 7th, and it will be the heart of the order, 4, 5, 6 coming up here for Notre Dame. Angelo Hightower will stand in to lead things off. He is 1 for 3 with a double on his line here today.
If you could handpick a few batters you want up to start a rally, I think these are the guys. Hightower, just 1 for 3, but had that huge double in the second. Just need something to get the wheels turning.
Big called strike there, 1-1.
What a doubleheader sweep it would be for Dunlap, Matt. Really some great baseball, and not so great baseball, but as long as you come out with the wins.
It's all a part of the fun, though, isn't it?
Yes, of course. It's been a roller coaster of a game, really a great one. Game 1 was phenomenal, great pitching, and in Game 2, the bats have woken up.
1-2 pitch to Hightower, and called third strike, a big first out of the inning. Some of the Dunlap fans letting Hightower hear it.
Oh, man, that's some good pitching indeed. Dunlap student section. 3 straight strikeouts for Luke Wessels. Settling in at the right time.
Joey Jockish will stand in now with 1 gone here in the 7th. That is 3 straight strikeouts going back to the last half inning for Luke Wessels, who has really seemed like he started to settle down a little bit.
Yes, and Dunlap needed that. Seemed like about time that a pitcher finally found his groove in this game.
0-1 pitch, strike 2. Looked a little low, but it's a strike anyways.
Maybe the home plate umpire wants to get home and have a Reuben sandwich.
0-2 pitch, fouled back, and it will remain 0-2. Tell you what, though, Larry, this has been a fun night.
Oh, yeah. Nothing better than a little high school baseball. Crisp spring evening.
Ball outside. The Dunlap fans wanted that to be strike 3.
Oh, man, I'm excited to hear their eruption should Dunlap win this game.
1-2 count here for Joey Jockish. Strike 3 called again. How about that? Evan Elward will now be the last chance for Peoria Notre Dame.
6 strikeouts for Wessels. See if he can strike out the side.
First pitch, called strike. He is mowing through these hitters right now. Great way to start off the at-bat. 0-1 pitch, misses low for ball 1. This game has really had it all. Dunlap had the lead. P&D had a big lead. Now Dunlap back in front. Going to be a ball there, 2-1 to Evan Elward.
And realistically, honestly, we've seen everything in this game. I wouldn't entirely be shocked to see P&D walk and then somebody come up and hit a home run. It's the way things have gone.
Whoa, look out. That was very close to the head area, but 3-1 to Evan Elward. 3 straight balls pitched here by Wessels. And it looks like the catcher, Wolfcool, will come out and try and calm him down a little bit here, Larry.
Probably a good call. You know, we saw a lot of great stuff from Wessels in those first 2 ABs of the inning. So Wolfcool trying out there, telling him, hey, you know, you've done it before, do it again.
3-1 pitch, swing and a miss. That is a big second strike. And now will be a full count with the game on the line. Down to this pitch for Evan Elward. The 3-2. And that is going to be ball 4. That was close. But he calls it a ball.
Oh, man.
And they're still alive.
That Reuben can wait. But, man, what a battle by Elward. Such a borderline pitch there. I think we've seen that pitch called a strike a few times tonight.
Look out. The throw over to first, and Elward is going to go to second here. They tried to catch him sleeping, and the first baseman, Abendroth, mishandled it. And so Elward is going to go to second. Wow.
Hold your horses. Not over yet.
Wow, what a sequence of events there. And so, again, Elward is at second now after the walk, and the pickoff attempt will force him up to second base. So, we had 2 strikeouts looking to start the inning. Now Alex Osmulski will come in, and he has reached base all 3 times, but he does not have a hit. He walked twice and reached down in air.
Well, at this point, you just need to extend the game. You know, as soon as you get another base runner, that's more momentum, more pressure on Wessels. You work the count, gets deeper into the count, more pressure on Wessels. Just got to battle here. Got to scrap and claw to extend this game.
Big at-bat for Alex Osmulski with 2 away and the game on the line. First pitch, swinging, foul ball, strike 1.
Good start for Wessels. Still want to get well out in front and keep it around the zone. Don't need to try and get Osmulski to chase here.
Second pitch, strike 2. And he's gotten ahead of Osmulski now, 0-2. Big pitch coming up here, 0-2. And he got him looking, struck out the side, and that is the ball game. Dunlap wins it 8-6 after trailing by as much as 4, and what a win for the Eagles, Larry.
What a win indeed. Boy, was it a good one. Back and forth, a roller coaster ride, really, and what an atmosphere in Dunlap tonight. A great crowd for Game 2. Everybody was fired up, and you heard that crowd reaction when the final out was recorded. Doubleheader sweep for Dunlap. Start Mid-Illini Conference play with a victory over Pekin, and then take a victory over non-conference rival PND. All in a successful Friday night for the Eagles.
Indeed, a successful Friday night as they sweep the doubleheader, win both games against Pekin and, of course, Peoria Notre Dame. So I want to thank our entire crew for a great afternoon/evening of baseball. Francisco Alonso holding down the camera for us tonight. Joey Wright behind the controls. And yourself, Larry Larson, on a great call as always. I'm Matt Harrington saying so long from Dunlap High School.